Good morning, tubers, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Danielle, and this is Discover Rescue. If you like anything to do with animals or travel or Airstream, well, this is the place for you. And you should definitely hit that little subscribe button. It's right there. Right there. I can see it. It's right there. I absolutely love YouTube. I actually pay for the freaking premium. Yeah, I know, I do. And I am not regretful at all of that, actually. But sometimes when I find a new channel, I can find it very difficult to try to find one video that kind of sums up the who, when, where, what, why of that channel. So I guess this is my attempt at doing a who, when, where, what, why, blah, blah, blah video. I grew up a little bit all over the place, but for the last 16 years, I have lived in the mountains of North Carolina where I ran a bed and breakfast for my family. In 2021, we unexpectedly sold the inn, and since I was living in one of the cabins, I found myself without a home right when the real estate market was going absolutely crazy after COVID. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do next or where I wanted to go. And so renting or buying an overpriced home was just not an option for me. So, as one does, I went to the Tukuku and I bought an Airstream, a 2021 30-foot flying cloud. I bought it sight unseen, and although I thought I might get buyer's remorse, not a day has gone by where I have not just relished in this is the best decision I have ever made in my life. And as one does, before I got delivery of the Airstream, I hit YouTube to try to find out everything I could about these beautiful things. This is how I found a channel called Keep Your Daydream. They have been on the road for the last 6 or 7 years and live in a flying cloud. And they really made me realize that this is what I want to do. I want to travel the country and visit all these wonderful places, and I want to do it in this Airstream. So basically within days I had decided I was hitting the road no matter what, and I went to the Ford dealership and ordered a truck, which I love. Her name is Louisa. The inn was probably some of the best days of my life, and honestly there were some pretty bad ones in there somewhere. But I truly loved it, and I put my whole heart and soul into it. I worked incredibly long hours, late nights, early mornings, all the time. I cooked all the time. I did the weddings, the admin, you name it. So when we sold it, I definitely needed a break, like a real break, not just like, a couple months off to do whatever. But I needed to reassess what I wanted to do with the rest of my life, and I needed time to do that. And this is how animal rescue enters the picture. My introduction to the animal rescue world came in 2019 with the very sad passing of my first rescue dog, Shep. After 12 years together, I was devastated. I honestly did not think I could find another dog that I could come even close to loving as much as I love Shep. But after a few months, I decided to go to the shelter, and sure enough, within an hour of being there, I met what one would call their true soul dog. His name was Boots. Boots' story really broke my heart. And sadly, he did not make it. Maybe one day I'll be able to hold it together long enough to tell you his story, because he has such a huge part to play in this. But today is not that day. Instead, I will tell you that the single most important thing that I learned from Boots is that something as small as taking a shelter dog for a walk can really make a huge difference. And the very next week, I started volunteering. I started with walking dogs every Sunday, and then I added baths on Tuesday, and then once COVID hit, I was able to foster because I had a lot of free time. I had a fenced-in yard, so I took in quite a few dogs. Clearly, I had found my purpose. I thrived at the shelter. It was my home away from home. There is no other place on this planet where I felt I had more of a purpose, where I felt like this is where I was meant to be and what I was meant to do. So with that, I decided to travel the country and to volunteer at different shelters and sanctuaries along the way, with really two purposes in mind. The first is to give those shelters some serious exposure and a platform to voice their message. Social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, it is hard. I mean, hard. And smaller places that are run out of a home, they do not have the time, the resources, the energy, or the know-how to get proper online presence and exposure. Imagine if I actually become a YouTuber with actual followers. Can you imagine how much that would help a small place, how much exposure they would get? The second purpose is really to learn everything I can from all these rescues and sanctuaries. The good, the bad, the ugly. I'm a very hands-on kind of person. I learn by doing, not by sitting and you tell me. I have to do. The more places I visit, the more I learn, and the more places I can help as I visit more places with the stuff I've just learned from the places I've just visited. Wow. I mean, something just as simple as a better way to clean a pig pen, to how to properly dispose of your manure, to maybe how to better engage with your social media followers. I'm not there yet. Clearly, I'm not very good at engaging with you guys, but I'm getting there. I'm trying to do a good thing, YouTube. Put me in the equation. Algorithm. We all know that in order to survive in the rescue world, you need a very substantial media presence. As I plan to start my own rescue one day, I'm hoping to start slowly, but hopefully very steadily with this channel. The dream, the goal is to be monetized by the time I make it back home to North Carolina, where I have a 25-acre plot of land. This would give me the financial stability and the support I need to build the best, the most efficient rescue and sanctuary I can envision. Being that I can start from scratch and plan to take the best of everything I have learned along the way, it could be something pretty spectacular. And I really hope that it is. It's a big dream, but I know YouTube can help me do this. As of now, it is December 2022, and I am in Hartville, Wyoming, at a sanctuary called Kindness Ranch, which specializes in rescuing animals that have been used in lab testing. This place is amazing, and I have made plenty of videos about it, but the main one I shall post right here. I do plan to stay here until July 2023, at which point I shall hit the road again, and will probably make update videos. And with that, my friends, I bid you adieu. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a very happy 2023. May it be better than the last 3 years. It's been rough, people. Let's make a better world.